Howdy y'all, welcome to Nerd Studio. Hey, we're out at the range today with something a little different. We're going to talk about a pair of 1911s. This is my Kimber Custom 2 stainless model. This gun's been tweaked quite a bit. It's got lots of Wilson Combat parts in it. Grips, magazines, some of the internals. It came with a full-length guide rod, and I put the smaller guide rod in it because I don't like the full length. Glenn Jefferson's done the trigger job on here, and it's been Cerakoted by Rock City Guns. Got tired of it rusting. So, Cerakote does the trick. Cool gun. Let's shoot a couple of rounds. Kimber makes a fine gun. You know, I have no complaints about their 1911. I haven't shot a lot of 1911s, but I've shot enough to know that this is a high quality piece of equipment. Let's take a look at another gun. That there, folks, is a Colt 1911 known as the Colt Commercial. This gun was produced 1932, 33, according to the serial number. Tammy, my wife's cousin, actually turned up with this gun, and he wasn't sure what he had. He asked if I could take it to Rock City Guns, have Glenn go through it, figure out what it was, and that's what it is. This you'd consider this a Colt Government model, but they made a line that was specifically sold to civilians. So this was not issued to the military, and they refer to that line as the Colt Commercial, and that's what this is. We had Glenn go through it. He replaced some springs, you know, after, what this gun is, 80 some years old, and replaced the main spring, the recoil spring, and some of the one spring in the trigger group, and cleaned it up and said, take it out and shoot it. So that's what we're going to do. I got to tell you, I'm a little worried because one of the things that you're going to find with these old guns, they don't have that nice back strap, this beaver tail back here to protect your hand from the hammer bite. Now, I've honestly never shot one that didn't have it, so this one is prone to giving you the hammer bite. So hopefully you don't see me shoot a few rounds and drop this thing on camera. Let's give it a whirl. I've got the original 7-round magazine here. It's in pretty rough shape. Let's see if you can hear this. Not what you'd call smooth, but you know what? It still drops free from this gun. I'm going to try and put a few rounds through this, see how it functions, and then we'll, if it doesn't work right, we get some other magazines we can run through it. All right, I haven't shot this yet. I know it has been shot. It was surely carried, and it did have gunk in the barrel, so it had been shot at one point. Let's see how it does. It's exciting stuff. There's that hammer bite. Yeah, I don't know if you can even see that. It's not too bad. Just you can feel that part of the hammer make contact with the webbing. I think that magazine fed just fine. Let's shoot a few more. The trigger in this thing is exceptional. I'm pretty impressed. Now, the trigger in my Kimber is I mean, this is a range gun. You're not going to carry it. Glenn has really worked on it. It's probably the lightest trigger I've ever felt in any gun anywhere. But that's what I wanted the 1911 for. I'm not going to carry it. I wanted a nice range gun, something I could play with, shoot steel with, and it does that very well. This here is takes some work to get that the bullets in that magazine. 7 rounds. Let's do it again. The sights on this thing are atrocious. You know, it's the standard government model sight. I don't know if you've never seen them before. There isn't much to them. They are literally just a notch in a post, and you're going at it. I don't think they adjust at all. No, this is just dovetailed in there. Huh. It's fun though, shooting a piece of history like this. Boy, even with the hammer bite, I wouldn't turn it down. Switch to my Wilson Combat magazines. They're a little easier to load. I'm a little bit giddy. You know, something quite this old, you would think, well, that's a museum piece. You know, why would you take it out and shoot it? Well, damn it, these things were made to be shot. That's what they were built for. Sticking it up in a case just seems to be, I don't know, sacrilege to me. All right, let's do it. Ooh. Yeah, those sights would be something to get used to. I can't imagine, well, I imagine folks who employed these for work when, you know, you're carrying John Brown's 1911 into combat, you were likely just point shooting the thing. I can't imagine, you'd really have to get good with that sight. I think if I were going to carry one of these things and do any kind of real work with it, I'd have to paint that front sight or something. The notch in the rear is so small. So, I mean, it's incredibly hard to sight it. Let's try, and I'm not the greatest point shooter in the world, but I'll try a couple of shots point shooting. I'm getting a really nice hammer bite red mark there. I don't know if you can see it or not. All right, we'll do a little point shooting here. The gun feels great. And like I said, the trigger, wow, that's something else. That's tribute to the original design of this and why this gun is so timeless and why it's still in use and for many, many reasons today. People still carry the 1911. I can see why. So not too bad. I'm at, 21 feet, typical combat distance here. Not really, doing any long range shooting, obviously, with it. I've had the gun apart. I'm not going to actually take it apart on camera because it's a bit of a bear. It's in really good shape internally for a gun that's, well, I don't know, you do the math, built in, let's call it 1933. And this is, 2015, so I don't know, 82 years old, something like that. It's in really good shape. All the controls work great. The safety is, feels terrific. The frame, let's take those off. Whoa! The frame on this guy has seen some wear. It's obviously been holstered. In fact, it was in a holster when I got it, and you could tell a lot of this is holster wear marks and stuff. Just, it's a leather holster and not good over time to the finish of a gun. I think Glenn described it as, over time, as the leather heats and cools, it leaches the chemicals that were used to tan the leather into the finish of your gun and sort of eats it away like an acid. So that's obviously what's happened here. Now, of course, we're not going to touch the finish on this gun. It's it's a functioning museum piece, and it deserves the wear marks it's got. If I get to be its age, I'm sure gonna be happy with every one of my wear marks, and they'll stay right where they're at. It does have a really nice textured trigger. I can feel that. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, this has got something similar, but I gotta say, I really like the feel of that trigger. It's got a real tactile sense to it, even better than I do my Kimber. That's nice. The hammer bite is no fooling, folks. It's starting to welt up in there. That's not a lot of fun. So, I'm not going to take this and shoot several hundred rounds through it. I figured it was fun to put it on camera and show it to you, but that's about as far as I'm going to go with it. That really does start to hurt. Well, folks, there you go. That is the Colt commercial circa 1933, maybe 32, but probably 33. 1911 in the original Colt Government design. Always remember, folks, anyone can shoot and get some hammer bite if you got one of these old guns. But man, that's fun. We'll see you next time.
Yeehaw!